You might have to cook some of your sauce. Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Cluster. It's Johnson, and we're gonna be making eggs benedict today. So this is what you're gonna need. So first, you're gonna need eggs. The better quality eggs that you get, the better the turnout will be. You can use any eggs you like, but I personally like free range. This recipe requires quite a few eggs, so make sure you have probably the whole pack ready to go. Secondly, you'll need your English muffins. Today I have sourdough just because that's my favorite, but any type will do. Classic back bacon, just for a little bit of protein thrown in there. For our sauce, we're gonna use butter, of course. We're also gonna use a little bit of white wine vinegar and a lemon just for some extra acidity. And then our seasoning is gonna be salt and pepper, and also a little bit of cayenne, just I like a little bit of spice. So come with me and we'll show you how to make this deal. All right, we're gonna start by separating the whites from the egg yolks. So we're gonna crack that open. Get a separation. Fish it out. Get all that yolk out. You probably think it's so gross. And then we're gonna add it into our bowl. Now we're gonna take a little bit of our lemon and just give it a nice squeeze, get a little bit of juice out. And we're also gonna do the same with our white wine vinegar. Alright, so once you've got a pot to a rolling boil, what you're gonna do is get a little bit of butter and melt it, and just so you have a nice liquid butter. And then with your egg yolk mix, you're gonna put that on top of your boiler, and then you're gonna start stirring the crap out of it. This is the important part, is that you don't stop stirring so your eggs can cook. Otherwise, they'll just become a scramble. Very acidic scramble. You just gotta keep cooking, keep going, keep it alive. And they'll start to be a little bit consistent. That's when you begin to add your butter. Just a little bit at a time. Keep it going. What you want is like a nice, creamy consistency, texture. You can tell it's ready when your whisk starts to leave some trace marks on your yolk. Add a little bit of butter. Butter and eggs, that's the secret to this recipe. And this is also why a quality egg can make the difference between an okay and a great eggs benedict, because the better quality eggs you have, the better your sauce is gonna taste. I'll add the rest of the butter in there, and you just gotta keep going. Nice little farm workout on a Sunday. Alright, so as you can see, I've been stirring the the sauce for about a minute or so now. The sauce is getting a little bit creamier, and that's kind of the texture that you want. Once it looks like it's nice and emulsified, that's how you say it, you can go ahead and turn it off. Make sure you don't get the hot part. Turn that off. And this is where I like to add my seasonings. So a little bit of cayenne, pepper, salt, and a little bit of pepper. So the key here is that you don't want to just leave it out, because then it'll become thick and just like one uniform piece, like that. So one trick that you can do, just to keep the shape of it, is to add it. If it's a little bit hard like this, what you can do is add a little bit of water in your sauce just to give it a little bit of life again. Stir that up. Just a little. Just to breathe some life back into it. There you go. And once the sauce looks good, you can take an insulated bottle, and then you can add your sauce into it, and that's how it's gonna hold its form, so you can so it stays nice and warm. And you can add it on at the very end. You work hard for the sauce. You want to save as much of it as you can. Get all of that. Alright, so the next step now is to poach our eggs and also cook our back bacon. That part's gonna be pretty easy. All you do is throw your back bacon into a pot or a stove over a little bit of oil and just cook that under medium. But your poached eggs are a little bit trickier, so watch it. What I've done this far is I've taken a pan and I've added water to it and I've let it run to a rolling boil. I've also added a little bit of white wine vinegar for a little bit of flavor and a little bit of acidity. And so hopefully what you should be seeing is a little bit of a tornado effect caused by the rolling, boiling water, as the water should just be slowly turning. And while it's doing that, you can break an egg and then put it into a little bowl or a little cup, and then you can just slide it into your oil. Key is that you just slip them in so they will cook nice and evenly. If you don't get your tornado effect done on the first try, it's not the end of the world. As you can see, mine kind of stopped. So leave them in there for a couple minutes, depending on how hard you like your eggs. I like a medium poach, so I save mine for about 3-ish minutes. Now with our back bacon, we're gonna add a little bit more oil just because we didn't look this far. Then we're just gonna add our bacon. Sizzle. And we're gonna toast our English muffins. Over here I've got my panini press. I'm just gonna throw that on there. We'll check back with you in a little bit. Alright, so what we've done so far is we have taken out the poached eggs. You can feel how hard they are just like poking out a little bit. If there's a little bit of if they're like firm, you can tell because it's like hard, but if they're like still running, you can tell because there's a little bit of push to it. So what I've done is I've taken 2 English muffins off the panini press and added the back bacon onto it. And so now I'm going to take 2 of my best looking bad boys here. I'm going to add one on top. I'm going to put the other one on top, just like that. Alright, we'll wait for the others to finish and then we'll show you the final product. So, after all our hard work, we have finally come to the final step, and that's to add the holiday sauce onto our eggs English muffin sandwich. So, also on the side here, I've got some sausage for a little bit of extra protein that I just put into a pan and fried up, but ready to go. So, take the drizzle. And voila, there you go. Alright, and now for the final cut. Take this bad boy here and give it a nice, and your egg should run just like that. Awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in and watching me try to make an eggs benny. I think it turned out pretty well. We'll try and see how it tastes in a little bit here. Eggs benny is a great little breakfast if you ever have someone you want to impress or you just want to treat yourself. It might take a little bit of practice, but at the end you'll get to where you want to be and it'll be all worth it. So thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Cooking with Cluster. I'm your host Johnson, and I'll see you next time. Bye.